All right, hello and welcome to the ALLDATA webinar, 3 ways to ramp up recons and repairs. Time is money, so we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedules to join us. Today's education content was made possible thanks to the folks at National Independent Automobile Dealers Association, more commonly known as NIADA. I'm your host, Casey Alford, and I'm here in Northern California at ALLDATA's main office. And there's my picture. Let's get away from that slide. To start things off, it's my pleasure to introduce NIADA's Senior VP of Member Services, Scott Lilja. Scott?
Hey, Casey, thanks. And I'd like to welcome all of our NIADA member dealers here to the ALLDATA NIADA Educational Webinar titled Ramp Up Recons and Repairs, Get Vehicles Out of Bays Quickly for Retail-Ready Sales. ALLDATA is one of NIADA's premier member benefit partners, providing world-class vehicle service diagnostic tools, real-time OEM repair data, online ASE certified help resources, and educational programs for new techs in your shop. ALLDATA has over 80,000 customers worldwide, serving over 300,000 technicians. ALLDATA is truly a worldwide leader in the vehicle service diagnostic market. We've developed a highly lucrative member benefit program with ALLDATA, providing our member dealers substantial savings, custom packages, and best-in-class troubleshooting service. ALLDATA is also very involved in our member education efforts, including national publication articles, webinars like today's, NIADA convention education sessions, our monthly e-newsletter tech tips, and NIADA TV video productions. Today's webinar is focusing on a more and more critical area for our member dealers: how to enhance the vehicle retail preparation process in a more efficient and high-quality manner to enhance the turn time from when you acquire those vehicles at the auction to being retail ready for both your digital and physical lot. ALLDATA's team of experts today will focus on new leading-edge resources to streamline your vehicle mechanical and physical appearance repair processes to shorten the time from shop to retail lot, thereby growing your sales, gross margins, and cash flow without significantly increasing your recon costs. Nobody likes to pay floor plan, and with interest rates rising, floor plan costs are only going to bump up. So more critical than ever that you turn that inventory quickly from shop to lot to the customer driveway in an ever more expedient manner. Now on to the main event, and back to Casey to introduce our ALLDATA speakers and presenters today. Casey?
Just a few housekeeping items before we get them to the main part of the presentation. So anytime during the webinar, be sure to submit any questions you have to Scott or our presenter, Rich Deagle, in the chat box. So we'll go into a live Q&A session immediately following the 3 case studies that we have lined up for you. So if you have a question, be sure to type it in that chat box. So now that we've got that out of the way, allow me to introduce our presenter, Rich Deagle. Rich is our Tech Assist Hotline team manager. He's been in the automotive industry for just over 38 years and is one of our elite ASE certified master techs on staff. He's got some great tips on how to save time and money using current technology. So without further ado, take it away, Rich.
Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing well today, and thank you so much for joining us. So I'd like to start this presentation out with some inspiring words from NIADA President David Andrews. During his inaugural speech at the National Leadership Awards banquet in Las Vegas last June, Mr. Andrews encouraged his fellow independent car dealers to keep pace with the rapidly changing automotive market by saying, "We are all pioneers, we are all trailblazers, we are all visionaries. These are times ripe with opportunities, times for making the seemingly impossible possible." Now, Mr. Andrews went on to say, there are millions of low-mileage, late-model cars hitting the used car market, and the availability of credit has never been better. Now is the best time ever to be a used car dealer. So as we all know, new opportunities usually come with a few challenges. So in the webinar today, I'd like to discuss some of those challenges, and more specifically, how ALLDATA can help dealers make the most of them. So as Mr. Andrews was mentioning, millions of low-mileage, late-model cars will be hitting the used car market, and getting those cars reconditioned and ready for sale will be a monumental task. I'm sure all of you have experienced that. Just because a vehicle's got low mileage, right, it doesn't mean it's in perfect condition. There's a lot that can happen to a car while it's still under manufacturer's warranty. Stuff like accidents, flood damage, rental car drivers, right? And just everyday wear and tear can create problems. So when these vehicles get traded in or purchased at auction, how can independent car dealers get these vehicles through the shop more efficiently while still putting quality unit on the lot and with minimal reconditioning costs? I have 3 examples today of how having access to factory TSBs and recalls, ALLDATA community and OEM information, and using the ALLDATA Tech Assist hotline can help automotive retailers do just that. So it's always a good idea to use technical service bulletins. We like to call them TSBs. So good idea to use TSBs and recalls anytime a vehicle is going through the shop. Now, techs can refer to TSBs to help them quickly repair problems that vehicles may have had when they were traded in. TSBs are factory-provided diagnostic and repair procedures that the manufacturers distribute to their dealers and typically address issues that have been frequently occurring with certain vehicles. Now, independent car dealers can get those same exact TSBs from ALLDATA. Now, as for recalls, it's a good idea to ensure that every vehicle you put on the lot is safe and reliable by checking for recalls as part of your vehicle get-ready inspection. Now, recalls can also help reduce reconditioning costs because those issues can be repaired at the manufacturer's dealership at no charge. So here we have an example today from the Texas archives of how a used car lot was able to use a recall that not only fixed the problem, but also got other potential safety issues fixed at no cost. Now, the vehicle in question was a 2015 Ford Escape. It was traded into a Dodge dealer with 28,000 miles on it, and the body and interior were perfect, the engine ran great, and while it was going through the shop for the smog and safety check, the technician took it out for a test drive, and when he got back to the shop and tried to shut the engine off, it just kept running. So the thing ran in a stall for probably about 10-15 minutes. So finally, he eventually got the engine shut down by pulling the PCM's power fuse. But now he had a real problem on his hands. So when the technician called ALLDATA Tech Assist, the dispatcher checked for TSBs and recalls in ALLDATA repair, just to see if this was a known issue. And luckily, he found a recall that addressed that exact problem. And the fix was to reprogram the body control module. So they sent that Escape over to the Ford dealer who reprogrammed the body control module for free. And while it was there, the dealer performed 2 other recalls for that vehicle. So finding that one simple recall ended up saving that used car department, the Dodge dealer, a whole lot of time and expense. And the used car department also avoided some potential future issues after the sale. Let's talk a little bit about information, specifically OEM information. You talk to any tech, and they're going to tell you that nothing beats OEM information for accurate system descriptions, diagnostic information, and repair procedures. Subscriptions to factory websites are expensive, and the format varies, so navigation can be really difficult. And ALLDATA Repair contains only OEM information, right from the manufacturer's service manuals. So it's organized in an easy-to-use, consistent format, and it covers all popular makes and models. So this information puts independent shops on a level playing field with the dealerships at a fraction of what the OEM website subscriptions would cost. So there's no waste of time guessing how to test a component or how to remove or replace it. Let's just face it, with the complexity of today's cars, techs really need OEM information to make quick and accurate repairs. So like I mentioned, OEM information is key in many repairs, but what kind of information is critical in helping fix those odd or unusual problems? The manufacturers can't really foresee all the different types of problems that can come from a vehicle's owner's driving habits, various climates, poor road conditions, right? Those repairs from those kind of issues can only come from one place, and that is the techs in the field. And that's what ALLDATA community is. So let's look at an example of how using ALLDATA community combined with OEM information can help techs quickly diagnose and repair an unusual problem. So in this case, we had a 2014 Chevy Sonic. The customer had brought it back because the malfunction indicator light was on, or the check engine light. They could hear a whistling noise under the hood, and the engine running a little rough. So the salesman brought the car around to the shop to be checked out, and when the technician connected a scan tool to it, he found 2 diagnostic trouble codes: a P0171, fuel trim system out of running lean, right? It's out of specs, and a P2097, post catalyst fuel trim system at a high limit. So after checking the TSBs and recalls, the tech looked in ALLDATA community to see if anyone else had experienced the same problem. And what he found was a case that matches the problem exactly. There was 3 sequential test procedures in the community to follow. The first step was to inspect the engine for any aftermarket equipment or modifications that were related to the intake and exhaust systems. In this case, everything was original equipment in good shape. Next step was to check to see if any vacuum was present on the PCV port on the valve cover, and that was okay too. Now the final step was to spray carburetor cleaner on the valve cover while watching for the fuel trim change. So after spraying the valve cover with some carb cleaner, the fuel trims instantly went negative, which meant that there was a vacuum leak. So a technician on the community suggested that if that was the test result, then the valve cover should be removed and inspected for cracks. So sure enough, when they looked at that valve cover, it was cracked, right? Exactly where the article suggested. So now here's where having OEM information was helpful. Because the tech wanted to properly remove and install that new valve cover so he didn't crack it, he looked up the OEM procedure in ALLDATA, which included the replacement procedure, the torque specs, and the bolt tightening pattern. So with the new valve cover installed correctly, he cleared the codes, test drove the vehicle, and it was fixed. So after returning the car to the customer, he went back to community to verify the suggestion actually fixed the problem. And he mentioned in his post how much he appreciated the help from the community. And guys, this is a perfect example of how having experience-based information from the field and OEM information can be invaluable for saving time and doing the job correctly. Let's talk a little bit about TechSoup. How can ALLDATA help your shop when there's a time crunch and the techs really can't wait for a community response? That's the time to use TechSoup. And everyone in the TechSoup team is a seasoned diagnostic veteran. These guys are all ASE Master automobile techs with L1 certifications. Some are also ASE Diesel Master techs. They've all been instructors. A lot have been shop owners. Each consultant can offer great advice on multiple car lines. And they're all experts at diagnosing difficult problems. In fact, each consultant sees more difficult problems in a day than most techs will see in a shop in a week or more. They're all very effective at communicating how to perform diagnostic and repair procedures to techs of all skill levels. But what really sets these guys apart from techs and other hotline services is that they all have a genuine passion for helping their fellow technicians. They also have access to multiple resources of information, plus they use the latest hotline technology, and to combine, that's a really hard combination to beat. So, and speaking of latest technology, one of the tools that TechSoup team uses on a regular basis is a program called Rescue Lens, which helps them pinpoint problems through live streaming interactive video. Rescue Lens is a free app that the techs in the shop can download to their smartphones or their tablets. So with Rescue Lens, instead of just trying to describe a problem, techs can actually show us. It basically puts us right on the fender next to them. So, and actually seeing the problem really takes a lot of the guesswork out. Now, we like to say that ALLDATA TechSoup is like having a master tech in the shop that's not on your payroll. Well, with Rescue Lens, that really helps make that tagline a reality. So real quick, I'd like to talk a little bit about the benefits of using ALLDATA TechSoup. Now, first of all, how much time do your techs take researching a problem? They can look at internet forums, they can Google ALLDATA, obviously, YouTube. There's a ton of resources out there. It could easily take 15 to 30 minutes or more. Now, let the TechSoup team do the research for you, and they'll create a simple, quick diagnostic strategy before that first call back to the shop. That's going to save you a lot of unbillable research and diagnostic time. And while we're doing the research, the techs in the shop can be working on other vehicles, which is a lot more efficient workflow than them spending a lot of time trying to do research and then trying to find the problem. Let's let us do that for them. And when it comes to learning, what better way for techs to learn than have someone walk them through a hands-on diagnostic procedure? It's not a big secret that most techs learn the best by applying what they learn directly to a vehicle. That invaluable on-the-job training increases your tech's ability to diagnose vehicles faster in the future and reduces the need for you to send those techs to formal training classes. And last but not least, to better serve our customers' needs, our TechSoup consultants are on the phone currently 7 days a week and at 3 different time zones. So we have offices in Elk Grove, California, Dallas, Texas, and Norcross, Georgia. So when you need our help, we got you covered. So let's finish up with a look at a TechSoup case the team processed recently. Just to give you an idea of the kind of diagnostic help you can expect from this team. In this case, we had a 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It came in the shop because a rear liftgate would unlock and open all by itself when the customer shifted in reverse. I know it's kind of a weird problem, but actually we get these kind of cases all the time. So anyway, the first thing the Texas consultant suggested was that the tech connect a scan tool to check the activation status of the power liftgate module, just to see if that module was receiving signals when a switch was pressed. And by switch, I mean like the door switch, an interior switch, or a signal from a remote key fob. The module was receiving an open signal from all those inputs. So next, the Texas consultant had the tech look at the power liftgate release data on the body control module. And what they noticed was that it was switching from pressed to not pressed all on its own without pressing any buttons. So they went ahead and unplugged all the switches, and the liftgate release data in the body control module said it was still receiving the switch signals. So at that point, Texas consultant suggested that the technician go ahead and open the cover on that body control module to inspect for some damage. And when the tech opened the module, he found what he thought was traces of water damage and a bit of corrosion on the circuit board. And what you're seeing here on the screen is actually an image from Rescue Lens. So what we did, we froze the image, we freeze frame it, and then we go ahead and annotate it with these circles. And this is basically the Texas agent was showing the technician where he thought the damage was, and basically verifying what he already thought. So they went ahead and they went ahead and replaced that body control module, and that fixed the problem. So, the tech told us later that he didn't have a lot of experience with using a scan tool or interpreting PID data information to diagnose electrical problems. He also said, not only did he get that problem fixed much faster than he would have on his own, he learned a brand new diagnostic strategy. And solving these kind of cases really is unusual for the Texas team. And it helps broaden their knowledge of many types of issues on different makes and models. Also, these are the kinds of cases that end up on the ALLDATA community, which helps ALLDATA repair subscribers get those kinds of problems fixed quickly. So at this point, that concludes our presentation. Thanks for listening in. I hope that was helpful. At this point, I'd like to turn the presentation back over to Casey, and we'll open up the lines for questions. Hey, Case.
Thank you, Rich. It really boils down to what techs do with the information available to them, from OEM data, peer confirmed fixes, to even expert support. There's a lot to consider in terms of what works best for shops and their workflow. Okay, so at this point, I'd like to open it up for Q&A for our guests. Make sure you get those questions in the chat box. We've got Rich and Scott here to answer whatever it is you want to know. Let's see. Going into the questions, let's see. Well, a question, Rich, for you would be, what is the average callback time for Tech Assist?
It varies depending on call volume. Typically, it's about an hour, about 60 minutes. We try to stay in that say an hour to 90 minutes is typical, right? Which is much better than most of the other hotline services. Of course, they can be like at 24 hours sometimes. So we're doing well.
All right, we're going through the questions here. Let's see, another one, Rich. How you access TSBs and recalls? Where would those be?
Those are actually once you access the ALLDATA repair product, right on the home page, when you select a year, make, model, engine of a vehicle, all the TSBs and recalls that are associated with that vehicle will be actually available in numerous places. It'll be on the home page at vehicle level. It'll be at system level and also at the component level as well as you drill down.
All right. Okay, well, guys, keep the questions coming in. This is the time you have the experts on the line. Just a couple of more I see coming through, so let's get to those. Scott, are you still online with us?
Yes.
All right, so a question for you. Where can we subscribe or purchase ALLDATA?
Yeah, we have a custom landing page for our members that outlines all of the unique pricing and packages we've developed with ALLDATA. So you just go to and we've got it up on the screen here shortly, but it's www.allData.com/NIADA. Yeah, there it is. So you'll see it on the screen there now. So just go to the landing page. It'll have all the information to register and sign up for the member benefit program. And again, you'll achieve the special pricing and some great unique packages around ALLDATA repair, ALLDATA mobile, Tech Assist, as Rich was talking about, and many of their other educational tools and services. So we've negotiated probably one of the most lucrative packages that ALLDATA's had to had to work through because of our size. We've got 17,000, independent dealers that we can leverage to negotiate these rates and these packages. So it's very, very lucrative, and I think you'll be very impressed once you have a chance to go out and tour the landing page information.
Hey, thanks, Scott. Another, I'd like to make a little comment on that too, guys. As NIADA members right now for TechAssist, you can get one free courtesy case for TechAssist. So all you need to do is call that number on the screen there.
That's right. And for specific details about that promotion with TechAssist and the free case, just the second URL you see on your screen there, alldata.com/NIADA promo. That'll get you guys set up with a free TechAssist case so that you can experience it. All right, let's
give it a test.
Yeah, exactly. So moving through some questions, some concern about recording. Yes, this is being recorded, and we will be sending this out. So if you're registered, you're in attendance, we have your email. We will be sharing this video recording with you in the near future. Let's see, just one more question. Again about TechAssist. How do you video stream from the bay? So, Rich, that'd be for you. If you could maybe run through the steps of video streaming. Sure.
Actually, the Rescue Lens app can be downloaded on an iPhone or an Android, right from the either Google Play or Android's, or iPhone store. And basically, it uses the camera on your phone, your smartphone, or a tablet for that matter. And so the camera, wherever it's pointed in the bay, we actually we have the Rescue Lens license on our end, allows us on our PCs to see what you're seeing through your camera. And we can have, just on speakerphone, we can text back and forth. We can annotate, like I showed you in that one slide where we actually can circle the problem or make an arrow, and annotate right there on the screen. So it's a real good interactive live streaming program that we use, daily. Guys they love it. It's a lot better. A lot of times when a tech goes and tries to describe something, a lot of times the other tech doesn't interpret it the same way, but this way it takes all that guesswork out. And so they could be 3,000 miles away and it's like we're sitting in the shop with them. So it's been a great program for us to use. Very helpful.
Awesome. So let's see, it looks like it's winding down. I think that's all the time we have for Q&A. Scott, as we close out, is there anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, just again, thanks to our highly valued member dealers for attending today. Really appreciate you taking really valuable time out of your busy schedules to participate in our educational program today. I hope you found it immensely valuable. And again, would highly encourage you to go out to the landing page and take a look at the very very lucrative and immensely productive ALLDATA NIADA member benefit program. Again, that's why we're here for you. That's why you pay your dues to NIADA for services like this. And I think just one of these solutions, whether it's TechAssist or ALLDATA Repair, the savings you'll see will easily pay for your dues for an annual session. So really, again, just thank you and thank ALLDATA, Rich, Casey, and the team for pulling this information together and sharing it with our members today. Just really invaluable. And that's why we have great partners like ALLDATA, and we we're out there every day searching for other great partners like them. And it's a great service and a great tool for all of you to take advantage of on a daily basis to help improve your gross margins and turn times, and keep those customers happy with a mechanically problem-free vehicle. So that's it. Yeah, thank you again. Great session.
Great, thank you. Yeah. So for more information about some of the things we talked about today, again, check out the URL alldata.com/NIADA. That way you can take advantage of the member benefit discounts that's available to you as a member of NIADA, and take advantage of a free case from TechAssist, our TechAssist hotline, and to see live video streaming in action. We actually have a video there that you can click and watch to see exactly how it works. Visit alldata.com/NIADA, or for both opportunities, call that phone number and we'll get you guys set up. Be on the lookout, as I said before, for the recording of this webinar coming to you in the near future. And thank you everyone for attending, and thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Until next time.